mix.
I grind every day, grind every day. Keep my mind on my money and my money on my way. Grind every day, grind every day. Keep my mind on my money and my money on my way.
I'm on full time, man. Constant reminder, man. In the kitchen grinding grams, fuck watches and diamond bands. See, I got another plan. Put dough in my mother's hand. Street credit's impeccable. Nigga, check my repertoire. Phoenix to Detroit to Atlanta, I can get you all. Birth fight, get into fish kill. They call me Escobar. Get 'em for the low, man. Yeah, you know, man. Blocks with official stamps. Fresh out the oven, no toe jam. Keep the bread fresh with screens in the headrest. Keep the 40 cal machine to protect my eggs in the nest. And no, I'm not untouchable like Elliot Ness. I grind like Tommy Buns, I guess I relate to Belly the best. I stay zone on my phone, don't hit my celly with stress. And if you do, you gon' end up with the smelliest mess. I'm in hell in the cess, straight from the Midwest. I grind every day, doing dimes of the hay. Come on.
Grind every day, grind every day. Grind every day, grind every day. Grind every day, grind every day. Keep my mind on my money and my money on my way. Grind every day, grind every day. Grind every day, grind every day. Grind every day, grind every day. Keep my mind on my money and my money on my way.
Nigga, my life is grinding, my time is grinding. Don't mess with my money, cause you be flatlining.
Where I'm from, murders don't get solved like Matlock. It's just the opposite if you was looking for my spot. From crooked cops that took a shot, left a man slain. Despite the fact he wasn't armed, they put 41 in his frame. A city full of broken homes, yo, they what you smoking on. Niggas get choked for their stones, we pose in the zone, pose the throne. While we taking smoke to the dome, my little man swallowing like caring, both his parents is gone. It seems like that everything we see in the news bombarded with negativity. Now I'm freeing my views for my people on the block. Yo, it's freedom I choose, so everybody wake the fuck up before we all lose. See a real nigga does what he does for his fam. For my niggas cross this land, you know I'm gon' stand up, nigga. Just like Obelix dude, for real my niggas we walk with the noblest crew. It's so true.
Started off from the black top to a black drop. A young nigga pushing crack rock. Now I'm throwing money, giving bitches back shots. In my pocket, keep your stash spot. Hey, started off from the black top to a black drop. A young nigga pushing crack rock. Now I'm throwing money, giving bitches back shots. In my pocket, keep your stash spot.
She keeps calling me back to the streets again. She keeps calling me back to the streets again. She keeps calling me back to the streets again. Back to the streets again. Back to the streets again. She keeps calling me back to the streets again. She keeps calling me back to the streets again. She keeps calling me back to the streets again. Back to the streets again. Back to the streets again. When I was young, I answered my call to the street. Fresh out the dirt with no work as I crawled to my feet. Running around with OGs, watching them ball from the deep. Frosted flames, getting them off with the jakes across the street. I was tipped off by the snitches, they taught me that talk was cheap. You couldn't walk in my shoes as I got awkward feet. Haha, you motherfuckers know you soft and sweet. And plus you hustle half-ass, you partially complete. And that won't cut it when you swimming with the sharks in the sea. When shots peel off just like the bark on a tree. Innocent bystanders get caught while they park in AV. And when it comes to horrific sights, some of the darkest I've seen. I was taught to move with caution with cream. Stay humble, put in work and accomplish my dreams. But of course you know it's easier said than done. Half of us end up with biz,
but the other half of my niggas get spun.
She keeps calling me back to the streets again. She keeps calling me back to the streets again. She keeps calling me back to the streets again. Back to the streets again. Back to the streets again. She keeps calling me back to the streets again. She keeps calling me back to the streets again. She keeps calling me back to the streets again. Back to the streets again. Back to the streets again. Sometimes I just want a zone, I have to answer my phone, but the streets won't let me sleep. In the belly of the beast, I put Pirellis on the street. Through the celly as I speak, just left the telly with a freak. I grind grind 7 days a week. I was engaged by 16, married by 17. The streets of my wife are life, so I'm rocking my wedding ring with passion and pain as we pass through the flames. From hand to hand, hoping your mans don't blast at your brain. We trapping insane, and one time I was trafficking cane, consumed by the 4 devils as the cash was exchanged, as the cocaine passed through my veins, feeling invincible, had me blindly thinking I had mastered the game.